What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Miss Jourdy here with another one for you guys. And in today's video, I'm very excited because we'll be talking about 10 tips related to content creation. So I hope you're ready. Make sure before I get started that you subscribe to this channel and like up this video for future content so you'll know exactly when I post. But let's get into it. So I'm gonna break down 5 tips for streaming and 5 tips for uploading to YouTube, because I feel like even though yes 10 tips in total will be very good, I think separating them a little bit will help give more people some guidance. Shout out to my Twitch chat for giving me this idea about doing this. I believe it was IceColdKiller specifically who said he was interested in learning more about content creation, so I'm here to give the people what they want. So you guys, first and foremost, my tips I'm gonna start with are going to be streaming related, then I'll break down uploads. So forgive me if I'm looking off to the side a little bit. I do have my notes written down, so I did not forget anything I wanted to cover. So my very first tip in this one is, if you are coming to Twitch specifically, or even if you're coming to YouTube or Mixer or Facebook Gaming, wherever you may be, if you don't have an established audience, don't expect overnight success. I think that's very straightforward. You are going to have to grind. The difference between streaming and uploading is, the nice part about uploading a video is people can always come back later and reference it. When I first dropped my unboxing video for Gears, or even my teaser trailer, for example, with Zion that just released like last week, it didn't do that good when it first started off. Now that Zion video has over 1,000 views. The nice part about it is people can always come back and reference it. Whereas with streaming, you're fighting for one person's 2 eyeballs. And the difference is, in uploading, people can come back and watch it at any time. So don't expect success overnight. Just keep grinding, keep working hard. These people that have millions and millions of viewers and all this type of stuff, they had to work, and they've probably been doing it for several years before they got to that point. So just keep that in mind when you first start out. And that really goes along with my next tip. Don't compare yourself to others. People are of course going to post, oh my gosh, I have all these sub goals, I've reached this, I have 1,000 subs, all this good stuff. And you may be looking like, wow, I only have 1 sub, or I may not even have subs yet, or membership opportunities. Don't compare yourself to them at all. Everybody's races are different, and you'll get there for sure, especially if you want this to work. Just keep grinding, keep working hard, and making it happen, because if you want this bad enough, it will happen. Tip number 3, in stream, when you go live, whether you have an audience or not, make sure you're engaging. I know you may not have somebody exactly to talk to. Maybe you actually have a friend that you're playing with. Talk to your friend. But if you do have one person in your chat willing and trying to talk to you, maybe saying just hi or what's up, make sure you make them feel like they're special. Even if you have 50 plus viewers, you'll see this very often. You have to make every single person feel special. Talk to chat. See what they're thinking about, what's going on in their minds. If they have something that maybe is a good idea, maybe try to do it if it's, you know, within your limits and within your means. You know, be engaging with them. That's what's going to have the people who watch you when you stream come back each and every time. And that's just what you want to make sure you do. And make every single person in your chat, no matter how big you are, make them feel special. Tip number 4, make sure you're streaming on some sort of schedule. Now, even now, I'm learning this. I'm trying to get better for those that are watching this video and also watch me on Twitch. I know I'm not the most consistent, okay, Tuesday at 7 p.m., blah, 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 whatever schedule. I really try to stick to a schedule, though. Now, I think it's very important, because when you think about it, when people do television shows and things of that nature, it's always Mondays at 7 p.m. or Tuesdays at 6 p.m. or whatever. If you're a Netflix person, you just binge it. But think, for example, Insecure. You know Insecure is going to come on Sunday at 9 p.m. When ESPN was doing the Michael Jordan documentary, you know it was coming out on this day at that time, and it was on Sundays every single week. So think about it just like a TV broadcast. If you're not able to stream every single night, don't pressure yourself to. Yes, it is different for somebody who doesn't stream every night because people get used to you streaming every night, but don't feel obligated at all to do that. Don't kill yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you can't. But when you do go live, make it special. Make it feel like it's a premiere. This is a new episode. If you miss this, you are missing out on an opportunity to engage with me or engage with you one-on-one. So think about it like that. Stream on a schedule. Try to be consistent as possible. Life happens though. So if you miss your schedule, maybe tweet out about it. If you have a Discord where your regular people who always come to watch you hang out and stuff, post an update every now and then in Discord. I know it's really hard. I have a Discord channel which is always linked below, and it's really hard sometimes when you're smaller to have a really engaged Discord community, but just keep working. You know, more people will come, more engagement will come, but try to be consistent as possible. And tip number 5 kind of goes right along with the Discord point, is build connections with other streamers and definitely with the people who are in your now community. It's very, very imperative that they know that you're a person. Don't always get into the nitty-gritty, deep down details. I think to a certain extent when you decide to become a public streamer and things like that, it's just as much of sharing information as it is protecting your privacy as well. So share as much as you feel comfortable with sharing, but also just know that if you build these friendships, if you meet these people in person, it will make such a difference if you go to these Twitch cons, if you go to these vid cons or whatever other cons there are out there. If you build those connections, if you build those relationships, it will take you further. People will want to come back and watch you, and it'll just ultimately build your community and just build your reach. So those are my 5 tips for streaming, and let's get into the upload tips. So tip number 1, if you're doing YouTube, really YouTube is the only space, maybe Vimeo, but I'm going to specifically focus uploading and creating content on YouTube because I think that's the only platform that most people do upload original unique content to. But make sure you do research on whatever your niche is and really think through how you want to execute on it before you actually execute on it. So I do think to a certain extent, like, you don't want to build up this wall, and I'm guilty of doing this a lot of times, and you don't want to psych yourself out and overthink too much, but you do want to have a little bit of knowledge of what other people are doing and what they're doing well, and how can you not steal the idea, but use some of the tactics that they're doing and they're being successful with and implementing that on your own channel to help you grow. So for example, in the 2K community, when you think of what videos do well or what videos succeed in the 2K community, what do you think of? You think of jump shots, you think of builds, you think of, I think of wagers, in all honesty. Ticino has done really well on wagers. So those are the type of videos, and also, tip videos. So those are the type of videos, hey, I want to think about this. How can I use those videos to my advantage and make it different? So don't just upload a jump shot video that's only on putting up 50 jump shots. This is what the video is. Like, no, maybe take some time and really flesh out the idea. Maybe it's you were helping one of your viewers in your stream learn how to shoot, and that's the spin on the best jump shot. So you were sharing the jump shot with him, you taught him how to use it, you gave him help with the badges, and now it's kind of like a story in the way that you're telling. So I would definitely try to put a spin on it. Don't always do the same type of video. Yeah, I know those videos work, but once the builds stop, then what? Like, it's June now. Like, I don't really think most people are still trying to come up with a new build. If anything, most people are caring about 2K21. So definitely keep that in mind when you're looking ahead to next cycle of 2K. Kind of vary it up. Take some great ideas that are working and use them to your advantage, and really, set yourself apart, because there's so many people doing the same thing. What's going to make you stand out? That's just the biggest advice I can give on anything. Tip number 2, and this I feel like is a really big one. Now you've done your research, you studied your niche, you know that maybe you want to upload in this gaming space and have a very focused outlook on your channel. You're not just uploading every single gaming, Resident Evil, 2K, Madden, everything on one channel. You're very focused, you're very locked in until you get to a certain point in your channel. Now you have to take care of the 3 T's. Okay, make sure you're taking care of these: your title, your thumbnail, and your tags. Title, thumbnail, and tags are your first impression to YouTube and also to your potential new subscribers. So you don't want to be lazy and say NBA 2K20 gameplay. Like, that is a bad title. That is horrible. Don't do it. And if you at least have 100 subscribers, or I want to say maybe it's 10, I believe it's 100 subscribers on YouTube, you can do custom thumbnails. So that's really, really, really important. But even more so, if you don't have those 100 subs, you can use your title and use your tags and really narrow down what you're doing and making sure the right people that you're trying to reach are going to see your video. So, for example, some tools I personally use that I really believe have made a difference in my growth on YouTube, and recently I started using these. I've just started using them in March. I use vidIQ and TubeBuddy. They're 2 platforms. I also use Social Blade, but mostly use Social Blade just to look at, okay, how is this person doing? How is their views doing, like on these last few videos that they've done? How can I implement that strategy into mine? So TubeBuddy and vidIQ are going to give you a lot of insight on your tags. People don't take tags as seriously as they should. And when you do tags on your video, don't just do generic tags. They need to be specific. They need to be targeted at the group and the audience that you want. So tagging NBA 2K20 will put you against thousands of competition, right? It's so many people uploading to that tag that you're barely going to be seen. But if you even narrow it down even farther, if you say NBA 2K20 park gameplay, that's more of a medium niche, a little bit still competitive, but it does get you even more in a focused group. And then if you want to really narrow it down even more, let's say your build is an offensive threat. So you say NBA 2K20 park gameplay offensive threat. That could be a great title, potentially, maybe not, but just for example's sake, of course, that could be a great title, and it's a really good tag. So make sure you're focusing in on your tags, and you have to categorize your tags in order of importance, because your first tag is going to be the one that YouTube directly links your video to. So just keep all of those things in mind. If you guys want me to go a little bit further in depth with the tags and the title system, just let me know and I'll make another video on it. Tip number 3 is post consistently. Do not, and I mean do not feel obligated to post 3, 4, 5 times a week just because people want to see your videos. Yeah, they want to see you. Yeah, they want to see your videos. But realistically, if you don't have the means to do that, for example, I work a full-time job. I don't have time to upload 4 times a week, but I can do 1 to 2 times a week as necessary, depending on what time of the year it is for my schedule. So do what works for you. Again, it goes back to that premiere, that debut type of feeling. When the Michael Jordan documentary was coming out, it was new content. Everybody's locked in at home. They don't have anything to do. They're not asking for, maybe they are asking for the uploads and the documentary to come out as quickly as possible. But this is when ESPN set the parameters, so you know you have to wait. So you have to set parameters on your content as well. But don't miss weeks of uploads. YouTube rewards those who upload consistently to the platform, and it shows those new people and your current audience your videos more consistently when you're uploading regularly when you're showing them new content. So don't try to match what these big YouTubers or anyone else is doing. A lot of them, if you are like me and have a job, you have to do what's best for you. Like, YouTubers, they do this full time, so they have more time, they have more access, they have more resources to make more content. Me and you, we may not have that. So just do what you can, but once you're on their level, then you can upload as much as you want. But just make sure you're consistent. No matter what, make sure you are consistent, okay? Now, number 4, I do believe this is important in moderation. Make sure you're sharing your content to other platforms. Of course, if you have a following, if you have some people who may want to watch your videos from Twitter, those other platforms are going to give you that expanded reach, you know, the retweets, the likes, the shares, that could get you new people to watch your videos and also more subscribers. Twitter, the Facebooks, those are definitely very easily reshared content platforms, and it's a great idea to share your content on there as well. And last but not least, my 5th, 10th final tip for content creation, and this one is optional. It does take a bit more time, but I do feel like the reward is significant if you're doing this properly. Comment on other YouTubers' videos and leave an insightful comment. So I always say this sometimes at the end of videos, and I always, on my videos, I show the top comment of the stream at the end. Just because I want to reward those who really are watching the full video, leaving some insight, creating some good dialogue. And I do believe that while YouTubers, we love seeing first, we love seeing that you got the notification, knowing that you are watching first. It's great, like, we appreciate that, so don't let this come off as I'm unappreciative, or anybody else would be unappreciative. But when we see someone make a comment about something, if the video is maybe 10 minutes long, we talked about something we really care about at 7 minutes or even at 2 minutes, and you reference that, that is such a good feeling, because so many people don't watch the entire video. Like, some of you won't even get to this part. So I definitely feel like when you leave an insightful comment, it could be pinned on the top of someone's video who has 800 plus, 900 plus thousand subscribers. And when people come to the video and then go to the comment section, because most of us are going to check out the comment section, admittedly, your comment will be at the top. If you have a lot of likes and people are connecting with what you said on that video, your comment will be on the top, and more than likely, at least 1 or 2 people are going to come from that comment to your channel to see what you're doing. And that's your opportunity. Again, titles, tags, and thumbnails are going to do their part if you're doing it right, and you're going to build subscribers, you're going to build connections. Those YouTubers are going to see that you're supporting them, and it doesn't have to just be big YouTubers that you leave comments on. You can do it on mid-sized YouTubers, smaller ones like myself with 1,000. You can do this on any size channel. I definitely don't feel like you should spend all day commenting on videos, every single video, because it's very tiring, it's very exhausting. I believe you should read insightful messages, leave insightful messages, and try to build a good relationship with the YouTuber, depending on their size, of course. But those go a long way, and when you leave comments that make an impression on somebody, they're gonna remember you. So just keep that in mind as another growth strategy, another tip. But yeah, you guys, that's gonna do it for my 10 tips. I'll make sure to leave all my links down below. Make sure you follow me and check me out on some social media platforms. If you like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and also comment, did any of these tips help you? Did you learn something in this video? And also, what are you going to implement into your own content strategy to help you grow coming up into the second half of 2020? So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.